But now we are moving on to something that is the dumbest thing that I think we can all agree upon. Recently, Seth Green, also known as Toto, also known as, what else has Seth Green done? He's in a lot. He's
done a lot of stuff.
He's a huge part of Star Wars, and a big fan. Like, Seth Green is a
Family Guy, Robot Chicken.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Luke Skywalker. He's played Luke Skywalker.
Yeah. So I'm going to start this segment
That's a
off.
good point. Seth Green has actually been Luke Skywalker.
I'm going to start this off by saying that one of the things that really brought me in. So I've said this before to anyone who's watched the channel. I am a Johnny come lately to the Star Wars universe. I saw the prequels in the theaters opening night every time on accident. It wasn't planned. I watched the movies, the originals in the throughout, but what really got me is two things. The first was the Wizards of the Coast Star Wars miniatures game. I was losing terribly to a friend of mine who taught me and who even let me cheat, and I would still lose. And so I spent hours upon hours upon hours researching these characters and the rules to this game, and I just fell in love with the story. And so that's one. And the Family Guy. I froze?
There.
Here we are. So it wasn't me.
I'm sending you a message. You get a nothing. I'm not getting you joining back. I mean, what were you doing?
I was talking to the people in the chat. They all heard me.
I'm the most important person.
I would disagree.
Not them.
I would say our audience is the most important person. All right. So, Wizards of the Coast Star Wars miniatures and the Family Guy Star Wars episodes. That's what solidified it for me. I spent all of that time researching Star Wars. At the same time, Family Guy gets permission to do this like spoof, and I love a good spoof. I absolutely love a good spoof, and it was amazing, right? And it was around the same time that I was kind of getting involved in Star Wars again, and I was like, this is perfect. I'm like, this is incredibly well timed. And so, like, I went back and I was learning stuff, and it was awesome for me. And then I hear that Seth Green met with the creator himself and made all of these. When was this? When did he make all of this? 39 episodes that were
back
finished
in 2012 or something.
So 39 episodes.
It was 10 years ago.
Yeah,
he did. But basically, he and his partner, in collaboration with George Lucas. George Lucas was involved in this.
Yeah,
because obviously this was all done before he sold everything to Disney in 2012. So all of this Star Wars Detours stuff was done, and it was sanctioned by George Lucas, and it was done with the collaboration of George Lucas. I don't know who Seth Green's partner was in this, but obviously it would have been something. It was probably his Robot Chicken team.
Yeah, I think
it could have. But here's the thing: I want to see this. I want to see these 39 finished produced episodes, 69 unproduced episodes. We're talking over 100 episodes that, for some strange reason, generate. It's free money for Disney, but they don't want it.
And here's the thing: this isn't just people who are like, these are voice actors, and these are people that like will get paid.
And you know that there's going to be some Donald Faison in there. And
absolutely.
I love me some Donald Faison.
Absolutely. And he's already part of the Star Wars team, right? He's hype Faison. The point is, these are people who are not just going to phone it in. Yes, you're going to pay them to be actors, but these other 62 scripts, I mean, they're amazing people. They're amazing actors. They're nerds who want to do this. So it's going to be done well.
Yes, and here's the thing: that I do not know a single hardcore Star Wars fan that does not like the Star Wars Robot Chicken or the Star Wars Family Guy stuff, because it was absolutely hilarious. It was respectful of the source material.
Yes.
While having fun. You know, there was poking a little bit of fun there. There was some jokes in there. There was some comedy in there. There was some toilet humor. It was a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
So I can really imagine the this Star Wars, these Star Wars shorts. I mean, we don't even know how long. I mean, they're probably like 20-minute episodes, something along those lines.
Right.
Probably 20-minute episodes, but I can just imagine them being really funny, and actually, you know, something that Star Wars fans would really enjoy watching.
Yes. Oh,
you market it as that, you know, from the, you know, like they do with like they do with movies, from the creators of The Matrix, from the creators of John Wick. We bring you this, and this is from the creators of Star Wars Bad Robot. We give you this.
Yes.
And everybody would be like, oh my God, give it to me now. I mean, so many people would sign up for Disney Plus just to watch that.
If I wasn't already signed up for Disney Plus, I would. I will admit that I have tried to sail the high seas in an attempt to find these leaked somewhere on more than one occasion. I don't recommend that, and I'm sure
Army Hardies.
And I'm sure I tried to play Hondo, you know, and it failed. They're not out.
Did you use a VPN?
I mean, I do now, but I don't think I did at the time, because they're you do not take from Disney. The House of Mouse is litigious. They come after you. But like, that's the thing. This is awesome work. And like, if they did launch a trailer that's out there, you can go and watch the trailer for this, and it looks really funny, right? It looks really good, but for whatever reason, they are dragging their feet. And if ever, and I think Paul mentioned this, something about like, to throw back in the chat, Paul from the Escape Pod cast is our moderator, so welcome, Paul. But he mentioned that with the Slave One controversy, there's not a GoFundMe, but a change.org petition going around, having people sign up. What they should be doing a change.org petition of anything, if ever, is getting this made. Like, this is it's just great stuff, you know, from a brilliant mind.
A change.org petition for the Slave One ship is completely bollocks and meaningless.
Yeah.
If it sells really well, the PR will have done its job. If it doesn't sell really well, then they'll put the name back on it, because they'll be like, well, clearly there are some people out there that are only going to buy this product if we put Slave One on the fucking box. So they'll put it back on the box, and then those people will go buy it.
Even though it's probably like littered throughout the manual.
Yeah, even though it's
but
we put it on this. It's like, don't put it on the outside. Can we still put it on the manual? Yeah, you can still put it on the manual.
Still put it in the manual.
Just the outside of the box.
Yeah, just don't let people who won't actually buy it see. But the people who buy it, it'll be there right there in the manual, probably. Right?
Yeah, it'll be on the front cover. Slave One. Nothing else on the front cover.
It won't even have a picture. It'll just the words. But this is something like that needs to happen. You know?
Yeah. I mean, how long did it take? I mean, you'd think after 10 years they'd go with it, right?
Yeah.
I mean, they gave us season 7 of the Clone Wars. It didn't take 10 years for us to get that. It only took 5 for that.
Yeah.
All right. The Bad Batch, they got harassed. It's like, we want a Bad Batch show. They gave us a Bad Batch show. This, to be honest with you, this is one where pressure on Disney
needs to be put.
Already own it.
Yeah.
They already own it.
This came along with the purchase of Disney.
Exactly. They've already got 39 episodes produced. All they have to do is stump up a little bit more cash to bring Seth Green and his team back, and simply say, oh, can you finish producing the other 69 episodes?
Yeah.
And then that's it.
Yeah.
And they've got, I mean, they don't even have to put all the episodes on in one go. They could break that down into 5 seasons and really squeeze us fans for it. You know, they've got merchandising. Okay, they've got the merchandising. And whatever. Here's the thing: I've seen some of the animations for some of the characters. Could you imagine some of these characters?
Yes.
This in Swagger.
Oh my gosh.
We've been screaming for a proper layer for a while. They could give us the layer from Detours with the great big buns.
Oh my gosh. Oh, like this would be awesome. Now, like, so when I first assumed that they weren't going to put this out, like, I was worried that it was them not being, what was I going to say? Because it's kind of crude, you know? It's that potty humor. And as far as cartoons go, Disney doesn't kind of jump into that, right? They haven't gone the way of Adult Swim or Cartoon Network, right? Not yet. But they do have Fox, right? They do have 20th Century Fox. And so my thought was, now that they're starting to, Disney Plus has got this thing where it's like, right now it's only in, I think, Latin America and Europe. So what they did is you can kind of log into Disney Plus, and instead of jumping over to Hulu and all of their other platforms, it's all into one conglomerate, right? So you can stream like all this stuff without having to switch over, right? It's called Star, if I'm not mistaken. But now that they have that, now that they have Fox and Disney Plus and Hulu and ESPN, all of these things together with this one platform, it would be perfect to introduce something like Star Wars Detours, where it's a little more, maybe a little raunchier than what maybe Disney Plus is used to, but some of these other platforms aren't. I mean, they're totally accustomed to it. But here's
raunchy.
What, I mean, maybe not raunchy, but like.
Oh, come on! Hang on a minute. You still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Yeah. I just got to change earbuds. Don't go there. Because it's not going to be raunchy or inappropriate because they're letting people get disintegrated on Loki. That's on Disney Plus. Okay.
But I get, again, I mean, that's not a cartoon.
It's irrelevant. It's a show on Disney Plus.
No, I get that. But a cartoon is different because people look at it different. My wife, I love my wife, but hopefully she's not watching. She's probably not watching. I love my wife, but she and I will watch TV shows and have language and vulgarity, not a problem. The moment I put on like Archer, it's an issue because it's a cartoon. Because it appeals to a younger audience. And it says all of those things that we watch as adults that are on live action are now okay for kids, right? And there is a difference. There is an issue there. And I think that's part of it. Now
Bad Batch has got violence in it. Clone Wars has got violence in it.
But it's not like, it's not vulgar potty humor. Right?
You mean it's not... It's not a la Family Guy, which is animation.
Exactly. All a Family Guy. That's my issue. Now I don't have an issue, and I feel like for a while I thought that's what Disney's issue was. Here's what I think it is actually: comedy. Disney is afraid of making Star Wars funny because of the fan reaction.
But that argument doesn't wash because the comedy that has been done has been very well received by fans. The Family Guy trilogy, the Robot Chicken,
I agree.
Star Wars stuff. I'm hard pressed to find someone that says, I hated it. It was horrible. I absolutely loathed it. Find me someone that says that.
I agree. I agree. But Disney has not been involved in any of those things. I mean, not directly. Disney owned Fox, and when that Family Guy stuff was pursued, and so not an issue. But like I think it's they're afraid of the comedy aspect of this.
But they've been adding comedy to stuff where it isn't necessary.
I agree, and that's the point.
Look at some of the MCU movies where I mean, for God's sakes, Thor Ragnarok. For God's sakes, Thor Ragnarok was just full of unnecessary funny parts. And inappropriate funny parts.
I love Thor Ragnarok.
Hang on a minute, this is supposed to be a serious part, and you're throwing comedy in it. It's like this is not a time to add brevity to a situation in a story, but they did it.
I agree, but
they're not scared of comedy. I just think they see in the back of my mind, I'm thinking to myself, they had nothing to do with this whatsoever, and if they put it on Disney Plus and it's a massive success, the egg is on their face. It's like people will be like, "You've had this for 10 years and you're only now giving it to us. What's wrong with you?" And right, that's what's wrong with you. You didn't make this. Somebody else, because they literally had nothing to do with this whatsoever. Yeah. And if everybody loves it, people are going to want more of it.
Yep. It harkens back to the Atlantic article that says, hey, they've mismanaged it.
Yeah, right? And this is a major mismanagement.
Yeah, it really is. It really is.